Well, it was a nice and comfortable rest. We are having some old pretzels. They are getting really hard as well. So let's just eat those. Or rather eat that. For the morning. And close up after ourselves. Still no water. Still no water. But now that we see a bit better, maybe there are gonna be some better options where to go to clean ourselves up. Still not here. This for chickens. Apparently not. So it really seems like one of those places where you're not gonna be able to actually clean yourself up, which is a bit weird. And what I also consider a bit weird, at least so far I haven't figured it out how to do that, is that you cannot actually clean yourself right next to the river or something like that. That seems fairly strange to me. Anyway, let's go back in. Well, apparently that's still not open. They're gonna be getting a bit later. But I was kind of thinking that I will at least buy a bit of food, but apparently not. And since I'm heading into town, into Úžice, that's probably not that much of a need for that. Kind of halfway expecting that maybe the old whore was actually sleeping in here, but apparently it's only her working establishment. Nothing else. Well, it was nice here. Let's move downwards to Neuhof, because we want to see if we can still help the ginger. That's what we wanted to do more than anything. Let's start talking with, for example, this one, if we can. Yeah, but apparently not. Yeah, you too. Hello. Hey. Hey, everybody coming up and out and whatever. Nobody wanting to talk to us anymore, it seems. Ah, here's the Zora. Oh, so you can still continue. That's nice. I was for a moment worried that actually it's gonna be just deleted, so I don't need to load apparently.
I found Ginger. He begged me to ask if he can return, man.
Why should I take him back? It might be his fault I had to bury my husband.
What?
Why else would he flee but guilt? The men said they didn't see him in bed. He didn't have a clean conscience because he gave those murderers a signal.
That's not true. He fled because one of the attackers recognized him and Ginger was afraid he'd come back and kill him.
Those are just excuses. He wouldn't dare come back.
But they came back the very same day. If he hadn't run, they'd have killed him and everyone else.
But why would they do that?
Why not? They'd already murdered several people, why not a few more?
And now I'm supposed to take him back? What if they come back for him and kill one of my daughters in the process?
The cutthroats who were after him have been taken care of. And the rest have no reason to return here.
And what about for revenge? I can't take him back.
She doesn't seem to be too amenable to the idea. Oh, well. Everything is taken care of pretty much. Or rather, it's not yet. It's not yet. I need to actually go after the limping guy. So maybe I should have started this conversation, but well, I kinda did. But let's
no need
talk
to
to
fear
this.
vengeance. The bandits who were looking for Ginger are in hell, and no one else knows about him.
But what if they find out somehow?
The only way they could find out would be a holy vision. Anyway, I reckon they'll have more pressing concerns than coming back here.
Well, all right. Let him come back. But he'd better not do anything like that again.
Well, that went according to more or less a plan, so that's alright. The answers were fine and whatever. So that's good news for the Ginger. And where is he with the charcoal burners still? How can I imagine so? We need to go here into Úžice. That's for sure. And where is the Dudelino? Well, it's not gonna be shown to us, so oh well, that's probably gonna be a problem. But I would really assume that he's gonna be sticking with those dudes at the camp. In which case, X. Pebbles. Let's travel. Let us travel and find Ginger then. Should be somewhere really along the road or whatever. Let's go cross country. I can guess so, because so far I haven't seen a difference traveling on the road and through the countryside. So it really seems like the countryside traveling is a bit faster. Slightly, it's kinda, I think it's an idea that the developers could be using, that basically traveling on the road should be a whole lot faster than anywhere else. Because of course, running in a forest is definitely dangerous, and the horsey could be getting even killed. He could be getting his legs broken, in which case that's pretty much a death for a horsey, because he just unfortunately cannot heal, or his legs cannot heal that well. So that's why they are always put down. It's just a torture for the animal to keep them living. So let's continue our travels this way. Yeah, Holy Takoba. That was really strange. It took me quite aback. That I should have found him in the hideout, but it seemed like that the second brother or whatever, some kind of guardian, that were already taken him out. As I convinced the dude in the charcoal maker's village or whatever camp. So it was kind of strange. What's this? Some kind of hole here. Oh yeah, there is something in the hole actually. Let's dismount. Okay. Somebody left something here. I so want to look what it is. But yet again, it's not in line with my character I want to be. I'm definitely thinking that I'm gonna be doing another playthrough of this game. At least one. I definitely want to go for a goofy playthrough, because I've already encountered, when I was testing basically the game for streaming and whatever, plenty of funny stuff that you can do, which are not exactly in line with what I would want to do here. Yes, I have the problem with that, because it's someone else's thing, and in real life, which is what I want to play as, just wouldn't disturb it even, just wouldn't even look at it, because why? It's just not mine, so why would I bother someone else's possession like that? So, I'm gonna have to keep that for another playthrough, but I so want to look at all of those things. I really do. So I'm gonna have to play again this game and basically do all those little things They are basically not per my allegiance and what I want to do here. This time around. But yeah, I definitely will in the next one. Basically do all the stuff that is possible. But touching someone else's things is not exactly cool. That's not what you should be doing. It's just not yours, so why should you be touching that? I agree that looking is not stealing, but if it is a pouch, it means that you would be having to open it, really, and touch it and whatever, and that's just not something that you should be supposed... it's not something that you should be doing. Am I past the camp? No, I'm not even near it. Okay. For example, that's the difference, for example, with the nests. In the nests, basically everything that is in it, the open doesn't mean open. With the nests, it's not hidden inside, basically you can just look at it. Go up the tree and look into the nest. And that kind of open, I'm gonna be doing in the game. But basically opening anything else, yeah, I'm not.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
Oh, hey! Here we come with the Henry comes to see us. Even the rabbit or the hare are right inside. So where's the ginger dude? Because you are his guard, right? You met him somewhere on the road there. So is he still staying on the road? Or what? He was somewhere here up this road. Not really too far away. About the accident case and site. Yeah, somewhere here he was. I hope I haven't lost him somehow. Oh, he was somewhere literally here. Oh, there's a stag. It's not him. So I kinda guess I'm gonna have a look into the hideout. Somewhere here close by. Somewhere in the middle of the forest into the right. Oh, still I'm not nearly deep enough. And here I thought that I actually was. Is that like it? I kinda guess so. That's probably gonna be it. The house. Pebbles through the trees. Ah, yep. Found him. Cool. Wake up.
You can return home. It was hard work to convince them, so please don't get into trouble when you go back.
Nice
Thank
echo
you.
actually in the house.
I'd like to give you something, but I've got nothing, except if you're ever traveling by way of Neuhof, stop by and I'll show you something with the horses.
That sounds all kinds of interesting. But I'm kinda guessing it's gonna be actually training for a horse riding. So yeah, I'm gonna be using that opportunity. That's of course gonna be useful. So lockpick, yet again, not mine. So I'm not gonna be stealing from that. In which case, problem resolved, side quest resolved, even though it's not gonna be telling me that it's done. It's actually nice that you can still finish it. I really like that, because otherwise would have to kinda reload and whatever. Would have been bad. In which case, what is the next quest for us? Continue with the mysterious ways into Úžice. Good thief. No birds. Yeah, well, that's a problem, because last time I went there, I got killed by a bunch of bandits. And I don't exactly feel too stronger. Or how to say that? Stronger than I was back then, so yeah. Courtship with Theresa, we need to wait a couple of days for that. And service to my lady. Rataj, Sasov and Úžice. Okay, so I kinda need to go into Úžice as well. And Beggar's Feast, that's gonna be waiting until I get my hands on plenty of some extra meat. So I guess map X, and we're gonna be traveling to Úžice. In which case I should probably find some road, or no, let's go through the forest, it could be fun. Maybe we're gonna find some interesting stuff here on the road. Like for example some graves, this is looking like a grave almost. Apparently not. What's that? Is that just a fallen tree or something more? No, it's certainly something more. That is an interesting sight. That seems like some kind of religious whatever. Like the paths of stones that usually often people do lately in mountains. And nowadays, like basically that they were there, destroying the nature and whatever. Well, that seems to be basically the same here, otherwise, or rather, unless I'm missing something. I don't think I'm missing anything. Don't know. I'm really kinda curious if all those interesting places are gonna be important for something in the game. If basically every interesting place means that it's kind of part of some sub-quest or anything in the game. I'm definitely curious about that. Well, that's one hell of a boulder. Some interesting flowers right underneath. Maybe they could be picked up. Apparently not. I was looking at those oranges here. Those orange flowers, but they don't seem to be anything interesting. And so far, I haven't really found any mushrooms. I found literally one. That was at the camp with the Lord when I was on the hunt. But it doesn't, or rather, that didn't really seem all that edible. So I did not pick that up. Could have been used for some potions maybe later, but... Oh well, hello dear. And there's the road. And there's the road. And that seems to be the correct one. What? Some kind of warning. These are usually warnings not to come nearby. Yeah, well. We already got rid of the bandits that were actually here before, so in this forest. So I kinda guess we're fine, and we're already quite far away from there. So let's just move forward. Nice little pond. It's really nice. And it's an interesting sight, really. That's fun. Or is that the one on the right side? Don't see him. Don't see it yet. Oh well, don't drop there. Don't want to go swimming. Especially since I apparently cannot swim. But I'm always curious about those ponds. If maybe there's something hidden in the middle of it. Like maybe you could go there and find some treasure. So let's do that. It's not really deep. A lot of rocks everywhere, but then there doesn't seem to be anything here. No, please don't tell me I'm stuck. For a moment, got real worried there. For a moment, I really did. There doesn't seem to be anything here. It will be worthwhile or interesting, and it seems that it's actually on the other side of the map or of the road. So it's gonna be the birch tree with dandelions. I should be having dandelions and the other flower as well, right? Dandelion and chamomile. Yes, I'm having both. So no need to collect those. Cannot get onto tree, so let's check this out a bit more carefully. So yeah, the interesting side is gonna be this one. Oh yeah, there's anything. There's something yet again here. And these are just a few stones. So this seems like that I would look what's actually below them. It's not exactly a pouch, so I'm gonna do this. Wow! Now that's one hell of a treasure. Okay, that's a lot. I'm not gonna be taking it because yet again it's not mine. It's probably somebody else's, but I took a look. It's fun. It's interesting. And if in any time in the future we were having a need, you know where to go. Nettle in the middle of the road here. That's actually a nice treasure right there. Okay, place of accident. And also some building in there. Dandelion. Something to open somewhere, I don't guess. I don't think so. Nope. What's with... Okay, so it wasn't actually building, I was just missing things or whatever. It's just a little pond, here again. It's a nice pond. But yeah, let's not dally any longer here. Oh, no, don't need to actually go into gallop right there. Anyway, that's Úžice in front of us. So there's gonna be another story for us to read from the history books. Discover shrine with some backers and find out where the limping band lives. What was that? Oh, just some random stones. Okay. That was just me being a bit more... thinking a bit more than I should have. Alright, so we are at Úžice. The best place to ask about people is, of course, inn. Well, that's a commotion there. Huh. Let's have a look. What's going on? Okay. What's going on here, people?
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Yeah, well, that sucks. I guess that one's solved.
Sacre. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Well then.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
What are we gonna ask here? After punch-ups in town and what have you.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Come on, give me the text again. I'd like to read it, what I would ask here at this point. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
Okay.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
I wouldn't really ask why did he limp. That's just kind of strange question to ask. Would I ask that or not? I don't think so.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
Well, you kinda can kill him first and then gut him. That would be one way to do it. This is absolutely random. Who can teach me to read? Like, what the hell? Why is it here? I guess he's gonna be able to teach me, but why the hell should I be asking that?
Another thing about Lubosh.
Yeah. Well, that was talking to you. Having the same... Okay, Marush, and this villager might be important, because he was the one who also helped with the fighting.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Of course. Ask away.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much, but I wouldn't wish an end like that on any man.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I haven't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
Not a clue.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
He was a loner. He didn't even have any mates in the tavern.
That's all. Thank you.
I'm kind of thinking that I should be probably cleaning myself up so that people can talk to me a bit easier, but at this point when I'm already in, yeah, well, wouldn't make all that much of a sense right now, would it? So I kind of guess let's take them from the leftmost. Bashek.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know nothing about it, but ask all you want.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking to the
Oh.
priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden.
Huh.
But I suppose no
Okay.
sin's too dark for God's
So maybe
mercy.
somebody overheard the confession, because I don't exactly expect that the priest would be breaking the confessional discretion.
Do you know what Lubosh was
But
doing the day
kinda who
Neuhof
knows?
was raided?
In the Middle Ages.
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I wouldn't wonder.
Okay.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with?
Okay, okay.
Relatives or friends?
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
That's
Well
all.
then.
Thank you.
That's one guy, and he's apparently training horse riding. Okay, so that's good to know. And you're next in line, or should we going on the line? Yeah, let's do it by the lines, for example. It's gonna be simpler to remember.
Good day to you. What do you need?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa.
I don't know nothing about it, but Ask all you want.
That man Lubosh who was murdered.
I didn't really know him. He kept her...
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
Okay,
you know
so
what
it seems to be
Lubosh
rehashing what
He was
we
coming from
already
the tavern very late. He
heard.
looked like he was in a hurry.
Yep.
Do you know anyone Lubosh...
Not with anyone from the village. I used to sit in the tavern.
Okay,
That's all.
so
Thank you.
Joseph wasn't of any help at all. Where are you going?
Damn!
Stand, citizen.
Good day to you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder...
I don't know nothing about it, but
That man Lubosh who was...
I didn't really know him.
Have you noticed anything...
Come to think of it,
Okay, nothing
Do you know
new
what
here.
I was he looked like...
Do you know anyone Lubosh used...
Not...
Just stay there, people. Don't go anywhere. I
That's
need to
all.
talk to all of
Thank
you, just to make sure.
Is there anything suspicious going on in these parts?
Indeed there is. Around here, you should hear about what Vashek the groom has been up to at the stables. When the head groom told the lads here, they fell off their seats laughing. Oh, and another thing. Just last night, Father Godwin was here, calling fire and brimstone down on old Gertrude, the herb woman. He's not one to make a fuss over some trifle either.
Okay. So we're getting some side quests lining up, it seems. Don't go anywhere. Just wait. I need
I've
to
come
talk
in the
to
name
you.
of Sir Hanush of Lipa.
I don't know how I can help.
Yeah, you seem to be having
Who
some
was
new
this
options.
Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time, and then yesterday he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
As far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
Okay.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank for new information. That was helpful, Marush.
What were you...
Villager asking...
I've come in the name of Sir Han...
Ask away.
And they're
Who was
leaving
this
all of
Lubosh
them.
who was murdered?
He was a drunkard and a beast, and lazy too. Idle hands are the devil's tools.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
The only thing seemed suspicious was how a rogue like him suddenly started going to church. Now I see why, of course.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
What do I care about that scoundrel? I was glad he stayed out of my way.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
He was always a loner. Except lately he started talking to the parish priest of all people.
That's all.
Alright, thank you. It was also...
God bless.
Well, nothing really new, but at least she did speak up, and they already left all of them. God damn it, where they go, stupid people.
Whatever it is. That'd be a shame. Fine trees like
Joseph and a villager. Did I talk to you? God, this didn't interrupt you anyway.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush...
Of course. Ask.
That man Lubosh...
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much. But I wouldn't wish an end like that on any man.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he
I
was.
probably already talked to this guy, I'm having a feeling.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day...
Not a clue.
Yeah, I certainly did. Let's just finish basically to make sure.
He was a loner. You didn't even have any mates in the...
Yep, I
That's
definitely did talk to him. So the
I'm
local
looking
groom,
for the
yeah, I
local
want to
groom.
speak to the head
Where
groom.
can I find him?
If he isn't in the stables,
then I've got no idea where he's got.
You've been so helpful, dude. So helpful indeed. Well, I've already run absolutely everywhere, all of them. So I'm kinda screwed. I wanted to talk to the head groom and there were a few more extra people, but I'm guessing I already got all the important information. I talked to you? I don't know. Let's see.
I've come in the name of Sahan.
I don't know how I can help you, but ask him.
Who was this Lubosh?
You could see at first glance he was no good.
Have you noticed anything?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time.
Yeah, that
That's
seems
all.
to be the
Thank you.
same. That seems to be the same, in which case it's probably gonna be it. There were a few more people in there, but I don't think I'm gonna be actually able to find them. Yeah, they're just basically looking for needle in the haystack at this point.
What the hell was that?
Can you actually tell me something
Good
new
day
to
to you.
Tanners or whatever?
I've come in the name of
I don't know.
that man Lubosh who was murdered. What was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself.
Mm-hmm,
That's
nothing
all.
new.
Thank you.
Nothing new.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Yeah, yeah.
I've come in the name of Sahan.
I don't know nothing about it.
That man Lubosh who was murdered.
I didn't really know it.
Well,
That's all.
also not very helpful. Let's see
I'm
about the
looking for
groom
the
if you're
local
gonna be
groom.
helping me a bit
Where
more.
can I find him?
If he isn't in the stables, then
Yeah, well, the same amount of help. Okay, so that seems to be it. So let's go back. It's actually the time. Still half a day left, so he's gonna find on that front. What are you all about?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Oh, maybe you have
I've
something
come in the
new.
name of Sahanish.
Sir Hanush gives a job like that to a young fellow like you? Well, what do I care? Ask.
Huh. That is an interesting attitude to have.
That man Lubosh who was murdered.
Let's listen to
What's
what
he
he
like?
has to say.
He was a strange one. Always drinking, bad-tempered. Lord knows how he made a living. Well, maybe now I've got an idea or two.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
I didn't see much of him lately, not even in the tavern. Not until yesterday in church, as it happens.
We'll reach the level. It's gonna be due
Do
to
you know
all
what
the
Lubosh
talking.
was doing the day Neuhoff
So
was
in
raided?
some kind of speech we probably leveled up or
He
whatever.
was home at all. Wait, are you saying he... Jesus.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
I really don't know. As far as I know, he had no kin. I never saw him with anyone.
That's all. Thank you.
I'm looking for the local groom. Where can I find him?
Where do you think? In the stables, of course.
It's kind of weird question that the game is offering me. It's kind of straightforward, of course, but yeah, well. Yeah, well. Anyway, let's look around here. Lockpick easy, not gonna do that. We can finally wash ourselves at least a bit. So that should be cleaning up all of those, which it did. So you can see the blood is off. Durability is getting a bit down, but yeah, well, that's kinda expected. Which is good news for us. We are at about midday. Nourishment, energy. Kinda looking at getting some lunch somewhere in an inn or whatever. And before we go to look into your body, I'm just gonna be looking around a bit. Maybe you're gonna find some interesting stuff. Somewhere. Because we definitely need to find some clues as to what went on and basically where to look. We already know to talk to the priest, but maybe there are gonna be some other places of interest that could be giving us some kind of clue. That he has something hidden somewhere or something like that. the hole in the tarp. It's kind of fun. Okay, so what's this house all about here? Okay, so it's apparently gonna be just some kind of derelict, whatever. Nothing interesting in it, which means that we need to go back and, yep, into the house. To look at the dead body. Paddock for the horses. Quite nice ready. Could potentially put pebbles there, but he's gonna be fine on the road in here. And let's then go in. Bloodstains here. Cook pot. We are having a fire and something else giving us a clue. So far, nothing. Nothing here. Nothing at all in this room, in the main one. Let's go into the secondary one. Yes, there was some kind of inspect. Yeah, apparently his clothes. So that's good news that we are gonna be probably finding something. Let's basically right now open everything that we can. Maybe there's gonna be something interesting in the stuff. Is that like open the same for all of it? It seems so. Yeah, bread there. Yep, it seems to be basically it for all of this. In which case, inspect.
A bed.
Really? That's it? I was hoping for a bit more then.
A bed.
Okay, that's astute observation right there by Henry. That is one hell of an observation. Okay, let's see what he's gonna tell us about the body itself. There's still one extra room before we go into the main course, basically. Spirits, meat and wine. Plenty of drinks. Plenty of drinks that you also have in here. And cheese, horseradish, cabbage and whatever. So that's basically standard food. You can even see there is an extra cheese and bread. Potentially for the taking. Open and inspect.
Nothing here. Nothing here.
Well, you're definitely helpful, Henry. Lockpicking. I kind of thinking that maybe I could want to lockpick at least in his house, though. Because it could be giving us some kind of idea about him. Thinking that I will, because it makes kind of sense. But let's look at this. Okay, so he's having Zrádce in there, in Czech, which is in English traitor. Well, that's fun. He was probably killed because he talked to the priest. That's gonna be my idea, because he talked to the priest, somebody saw him or heard him or whatever, and that's why he was killed and branded Zrádce, aka traitor. I'm really thinking that's gonna be it. And we'll have to find who saw him and whatever. Yeah, okay, so let's look.
An inscription in blood. It's a pity I don't know how to read.
Yeah, well, I kinda
Looks
do.
like they wanted to give someone a warning. But who? And a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day.
Oh. That's interesting. Okay, and that's the reason why I was actually having the option with the dude to ask him where to learn how to read. Yeah, that makes sense then.
What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head. Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him?
Well, of course.
That would explain why he didn't scream.
Yeah, I'm Hercule Poirot. I already said that as soon as they mentioned it.
Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him.
Not like that's any kind of hard thing to figure
No one
out.
heard anything.
What did they say?
Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything?
Well, you already answered yourself just a bit before. So actually, let's look. There wasn't a chest here, right? Yeah, there wasn't. Let's try to lockpick this chest then. Let's try to break those that I'm having. Oh, that's gonna be difficult. Fudge. No! And I'm out of lockpicks, right? Yeah, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to buy new ones then, god damn it. But I have to definitely do this because I am curious what's in the locket. Or rather, in this truncheon or whatever. Because there could be some kind of clues. But well, that was disappointing. He doesn't have any chests here either, right? Yeah, so it's gonna be just for that one. But lockpicking is definitely tricky. So what do we need to do is talk to the priest. We need to learn to read, apparently. Because our Henry doesn't know how to. Almost looked like that he actually wasn't having any pants on. For a moment there I was thinking, yeah well, luckily he is. And that basically means we also need to find some trader. And I need to buy the lockpicks so that I can look into the chest. So these are like the stables? It almost seems so, right? Maybe. Where is the map actually sending us? Well, about here. So there apparently has to be something. We have to find out more about them bluish. Somebody here is gonna be having some more information for us. A bit of a cheating on the game, but yeah, well. Cannot really ignore that all that much. Was supposed to talk to more villagers, so let's talk to villagers.
Good day to you. What do you need?
I've come in the name of Sir Han...
Sir Anish gives a job like that to a young fellow.
That man Lubosh who was...
He was a strange one. Always drink.
Nothing interesting.
Thank you.
So maybe one of the ladies? Come on.
Hey, is someone there?
Yeah, I am.
I've come in the name of Sir...
Ask away.
And you're damn dirty.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
He was a drunkard and a beast.
That's
yeah,
all.
Okay.
Thank you.
God bless.
I never.
We have already talked to Pepik, aka Joseph. And this is probably gonna be private area. Yeah, so we shouldn't go here. Which opens a conundrum of where is the last woman? Where did she actually go? That is certainly strange. Was she actually the one important that we are supposed to talk to? Or maybe, oh, that's at least seeming... Sorry. It's actually seeming like that I'm having to go up the road. To get into basically the correct place where to speak to people. But yeah, well, we at least talked to a few more. And know that they don't know anything. Well, that's one hell of a hill. And we have discovered a fast travel point. I'm kind of thinking that I should be talking to the grooms or whatever. That they might be giving us some kind of idea. I should be learning more about Limpy Luboš here. Like... why and what and when and what's going on? It seems like some kind of vineyard, which kind of explains why the lady sent me here to get the wine, of course.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Ask away.
Who was this Luboš who was murdered?
He was a drunkard and a beast.
That's all.
No information at all. So why is like the game sending me into this point? It's kinda weird. Anyway, if it's gonna be falling through, no matter at all, because we know that what we need to do, and that is also get in to know where is the stable master, because I'm thinking I should be talking to him, to the head groom. As we are next to inn, and that's the church, okay. And we have discovered the pillory of Úžice.
Like a baby, but oh, wait until you get them in your mouth. Come right up.
Okay, you're funny. Let's talk trade.
God be with you.
You are certainly funny here.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush.
News about
No, I don't know nothing about
that man Luboš.
No, I didn't really know.
Okay, nothing interesting, in which case I'm just gonna buy some food from you. What are we gonna buy? Watermelon, maybe? As having kinda bad nourishment overall. Even though it's not really expensive, of course. Honey, though. Also no nourishment. And apples, yeah, they're even worse. Yeah, let's just buy the watermelon from him. How long is it actually lasting? About 3 days. Oh, didn't want to do that, damn it. Let's buy one.
Can we do something about the price?
Naturally. Tough luck.
He closed me off really damn fast. Okay, let's try it again with a bit better offer. Because I want my watermelon.
Let's talk about...
Aye.
Agree?
That's a poor offer.
Okay, so apparently he doesn't want to go down at all.
That's
okay
a
then.
sum I can live with.
Okay then, we bought it. Let's enjoy it right off the bat. And let's head into the inn, because inn is usually a good place to learn about things and about people. So let's see.
Good health to you.
I've come in the name...
Sir Hanush gives a job like that to a young fellow like you?
That man Lubosh.
He was a strange one. Always drinking, bad-tempered.
That's all. Thank you.
Not wanting to talk to me at all. Ah, I actually need to be on a on the same level to him. Okay. And I actually talked to him, right? Yes, I already did. So that's
Is there
fine.
anything suspicious going on in these parts?
Nothing out of the ordinary, praise God.
I've come in the name of Sahan...
I don't know how I can...
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance...
That's all.
Nothing new. Nothing new from her.
I've come in the name of Sahan...
I don't know how I can help you.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance who...
That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, not really learning anything new here at all. We have discovered Baker and everything in the town, it seems. Yeah, we discovered plenty of stuff. Joseph, we have already talked with him. Have we talked with her? Not certain, but she doesn't seem to be having any kind of ideas though.
Who was this Lubosh?
You could see at first glance.
Yep,
That's
absolutely
all.
nothing.
Thank you.
Here you are. And good health.
We already talked to Lubosh, or rather to Joseph, to Ale housemaid as well, which means that there is absolutely nothing new here. It seems. So yeah, no luck at the end. In which case, we're gonna be looking into the church and talking to the priest. Or should we find the stable master though? Maybe. But I don't know where he is, so let's just not look around and go basically for the church right to the bat for the priest. He's probably gonna be helping us. Apparently it's under construction or some reconstruction or whatever. Don't know, maybe it's just plastering or such. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is so nice. I'm kinda missing right now the option to actually go for... I don't know how it's called in English, basically just painting the cross across yourself with the holy water. Which is what you do when you enter the church and whatever. Huh. Fun stuff. Could be an idea for some kind of mod or something. But yeah, the church seems to be basically under construction, or at least a construction. Not really certain, but oh well, they're doing a nice job indeed. But you need to improve your windows, because they seem to be leaking a bit. Or rather, leaking, just not sitting properly. But yeah, that's a nice church right there. A nice roof. And we're in private area. Alright. That was Úžice's church. In which case I apparently need to find some kind of parish or whatever where the priest is going to be. Oh, that's him. Hello. Father Godwin.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubos don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubos was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Yep, that is a problem.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
So, how are we gonna try to convince him? You can't hurt him now, yeah, well, obviously. Oh well, the last one is fun. But yeah, it's not exactly great. I'm thinking that the first one is the one that I should be using as my character. But at the same time... Yeah, let's do that though. It's making kind of sense what I would want to say. It's not exactly what I would do, but it's clear. Close enough. Oh, come on. Need a whole lot higher, apparently.
Of the Holy Church. If people believed the sanctity of the confessional couldn't be trusted, the consequences would be even worse than that.
Worse than the death of innocent Christians? Worse than the murderer escaping punishment?
No one escapes punishment.
Yeah, well, that's a problem in there.
Father, Lubos was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening. In the tavern. Over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Okay. That significantly seems like drinking him into saying something that he shouldn't be. But let's go into some history lesson. Jan Hus, circa 1370 to 6th, how's it called? July 1415. Jan Hus was a priest and thinker and one of the most important Czech religious reformers and preachers. His works, inspired by the theological writings of John Wycliffe, I'm not certain how's the correct pronunciation for that, played a key role in underpinning the essence of the Reformation. As of 1398, he worked and disseminated his teachings at Prague University, but as early as 1403, German professors there labeled him a heretic. 6 years later, up to 20,000 doctors, masters and students were forced to leave Prague University as a result of theological disputes. From 1402, Hus preached at the Bethlehem Chapel in Prague, where all sermons were delivered not in Latin, but in Czech. This place became the center of the Reformation in Bohemia. Because of his controversial relationship with the Church and opinions on Catholic ethics, Hus was persecuted and finally convicted of heresy by the Council of Constance, for which he was burned at the stake. The followers of the reformist idea rallied together after the events at Constance, leading to the beginning of the Hussite Wars, proper pronunciation at least here, 1420 to 1434. Definitely hoping that this part of the history is gonna be covered in some kind of DLCs or I don't know. Basically, I really hope that this part is also gonna be covered. Folk songs. Folk music, as distinct from church music, inclined to major scales and was more joyful and upbeat. In Bohemia and Moravia, it was for centuries a part of rural daily life. Most of the songs were passed down by oral tradition, while a few can be found in hymnals and chronicles. Some have been preserved to this day in variations. Apparently I should be talking to him a bit later, but he was having also some part of different quest, if I remember correctly. He was also supposed to be having some job for me. I'm thinking that could help. Yeah, well, sorry. Need to disrupt you because unfortunately this is really kind of problematic to wait for people to stop praying and such.
Do you have any work that needs doing?
My dear lad, I have more worries than I can bear. Another pair of shoulders would ease my burden. I have to deal with a local witch.
Oh.
A witch?
Oh.
The herb woman, old Gertrude. That devious hag who will stoop to anything. Like all herbalists, for that matter.
Oh, don't tell me. The cows are giving blood instead of milk, and babies are being born with 2 heads and a tail.
This is no laughing matter. Gertrude isn't evil. She just has peculiar ideas about what's good for people. A little bird told me she incited some Úžice women to witchery.
A little bird told you, did it?
You know how good people are at seeing the splinter in another's eye and not the beam in their own.
In other words, someone's been gossiping. And what's the problem?
As long as herb women stick to giving psychic to folk and bloated cows, assisting in childbirth, or burning incense in bedrooms to help with sleep, then nothing at all. But this is sacrilege, and it's unsafe. All sorts of molds and lichens and poisonous plants and other foul things go into those concoctions. I'd hate to see her poison some poor gullible lass.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to go and see her and find out what she's been up to. I know she lives in fear of the Holy Church, so tell her I sent you. That will make her talk and think twice about encouraging witchcraft. If you learn that she truly did involve folk in some foolishness, find out all you can and deal with it.
Okay.
Consider it done.
Good.
That seems like a
Never
reasonable
fear.
request,
I'm a man who
especially
always
considering
faces
the time.
death. You'll find Gertrude, the old herb woman, in the woods.
Mind you, I'm not really having any kind of idea about like trying to kill her and such. I'm gonna be just talking to her because yeah, why not? And dealing with it in some kind of normal way. And this is a save, which I think is actually a pretty good spot for me to end today as well. Was there something more to talk to you with, or rather about?
My respects to you.
You can teach me to read. Yeah, right now that's
I want to
interesting.
learn to read. Who should I go and see?
Because I need to read what's on the inscription in there. Okay. James saved after talking to him again. That's fine. So, playing with the devil. Her opponent, well, she's far away. I'm kinda curious if it's actually the one from beta. It seems that it might be. That she might be actually the one. Or maybe not. Because I'm kinda thinking Talberg, Merhoet is somewhere here, I'm thinking. So the one from beta was about here. So, we'll see. We'll see a bit later, but mightier than the sword. Visit the scribe in Úžice. Okay, so in Úžice there's gonna be a scribe and he's apparently gonna be teaching us to read. Well, yeah, exactly. We are right now, yeah, at the church, and it should be kinda getting into the evening. It's already 7 PM. So we're gonna be getting close to actually going through in, and it seems like that he might be actually going there. So let's just check. As I said, it's been a few weeks since I played last, so let's just basically learn what you are supposed to do and whatever. Apparently plenty of side quests, mightier than the sword. Okay, so that's it. We need to actually learn to write and read and whatever. Okay, that's gonna be here in Úžice. Playing with the devil. Yeah, that's what we got from the friar. The supposed witch that we should be dealing with. Yeah. Gertrude, the herb woman, and find out what she incited the Úžice women to do. That's, if I had to guess, it's gonna be something to basically like avoid pregnancy or whatever like that. So let's see if I'm gonna be true or not. It's usually how it kinda went. At your service, my lady. That's of course gonna be part in Úžice as well. Gonna be finding a road from Úžice, then in Rataje and in Sázava as well. Okay, it's gonna be running all around and probably taking a bit. Courtship, that's we need to talk to Teresa again in a few days. Bird in the Hand, that's a quest to find the nightingales in, unfortunately, the part of the forest that is inhabited by some bandits. And I got killed there already. And Miller Peshek, yeah, we're not gonna be doing that. Okay. Beggar's Feast, yes. Mysterious Ways. Find out more about Limpilubosh. That's something also to do here. We have to find out, meet the parish priest in the tavern in the evening. That's exactly what we are right now gonna be doing. That's basically exactly what I want to do. Part of the main quest. And the vengeance, yeah, that will be a bit later. Okay, so I kinda guess we know what to do, and that is head into the inn. We are right now running on the new patch 1.4.2, so things should be a bit more smoother overall as far as some kind of lagging and whatever frame drops go for the cities. That was a problem for me in Rataje for a bit, but I lowered the quality of the stream in that, so it should be fine nonetheless. But hopefully right now it's gonna be even better, and we're gonna be having a smoother experience overall. So plenty of people here at the inn. Having kind of weird glance, you know, all the light in there, and yeah, you just go in. And how is it looking actually with not this, with energy and nourishment? Okay, so apparently we could be using a small dinner and then a bit of sleeping maybe. We can actually maybe even cook something here. That's interesting. There's this dude. He basically told us to visit him here, so I kinda guess let's sit in front of him and see where this leads.
Am I invisible? Over here! A beer!
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Where did she come from? She wasn't there before.
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
Yeah, we kinda did.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Úžice, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that.
He seems to be drinking quite a bit with that.
What actually happened in Noyo? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
Well, not exaggerating all that much.
Time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. dreadful.
Like, what
Well
is
then,
she really doing there?
here's
I
to
mean,
those poor
listening to
souls who
private
had to die so
conversations in there.
pointlessly and so terribly.
They're just so
I
random.
told you all about me. Now it's your
So
turn,
completely
Father.
random.
You don't look much like our parish priest at home.
Yeah,
well,
she
we've had an
doesn't.
agreeable
Seems
chat,
to be
but now
drinking
let's
quite
get
a
down to
bit.
business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
Hmm.
Tankard of ale for me.
Well, he's not exactly make it... I would be like in a bit different answer here. Because, yeah, the confessional is definitely something real. And don't exactly want to push that all that much. And, well, then, yeah, I kinda guess so.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Okay, that's
Chin
a
up,
bit
lad.
different direction,
I might
but
have a
one I
solution.
actually wanted to take up, so that's fine.
If I tell you what Lubos told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Úžice is in Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And of course, describing them in detail. The tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language.
All right,
and the
that's
people
some
liked
historical
it.
accuracy
I hear he
right
always
there.
has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison. And nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from
Definitely
the poor,
good
they
question.
buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs. While Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by
Definitely
God
going
and his people too.
Having a good time apparently.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Well, he definitely seems to be having a lot to talk about, especially against the church. So, where do we go from here? Alright, so... I'm kinda interested what he's actually on about the Sasau Monastery in there. That seems interesting. stout habits in the monastery. I don't know exactly if it's gonna be right now following on the text in there, or if it's all gonna be about Hus. And basically right now this is gonna be like what folks are saying about Hus, but I'm not certain. Let's see.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone
So it's
say
about
what
Hus
they
as
think
well,
themselves,
rather Hus as well.
but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can burn a master of the most
Okay.
respected university in Europe?
Yeah, well, we know what happened after, in reality.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste.
Well, you seem kind of
If he got out
overzealous
of Prague
yourself,
and
to be
came here
honest.
for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
I'll bring it right away.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
Apparently you're already drunk in there. Well, I wouldn't drink because I don't drink myself, but yeah, well, since the game is going this way, I guess let's follow up.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
Do you like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Well, it seems you're gonna get pretty wasted tonight. Well, as I said, I'm not really a drinker, so in normal life I wouldn't really do this, and since I want to play, as in real life, it's kinda a conundrum right now what to do. You have a drink, of course. Well... So let's not do that.
Well, enjoy
Let's
it,
see how
Father.
it goes.
I have to go now. I'm not much in the mood for a drink.
I thought you'd be more game.
So you won't help me out with that secret?
No, I won't.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was kind of obvious that I have to
You're
actually
welcome.
drink him fully. But yeah, well, as I said, I'm not the one to drink. So let's see how we're gonna be able to deal with this ourselves without actually drinking, because drinking is the thing that everybody does. And university. One of the oldest universities in Europe was Prague University, later Charles University, founded in 1348 by Charles IV. Students could study here at the arts, theological, medical, and later on law faculties or schools. The arts faculty broadened basic religious education and taught grammar, rhetoric, dialectics, arithmetic, geometry, astronomy, and music. In the early 15th century, more than 1,000 students were taught here and were also provided with college accommodation. A total of 80% of the students at the University of Prague came from abroad, mainly from Hungary, Austria, Poland, and Germany. The medieval university allowed one to graduate with a bachelor's or master's degree or doctorate, conditional on passing a spoken viva voce examination before a commission. Some disciplines were studied for far longer than today, even more than 10 years. After passing the final examination, the student received a diploma. From the earliest times, the university was headed by a rector, assisted by deans of the various faculties, followed by members of the university council, and before them, or rather below them, the numerous tutors, professors and cantors. Among others who lectured at the university was the preacher and reformer Jan Hus. Well, that's that done. Okay, so this is actually the reason that I didn't really pick that up. That's actually his girl. Okay. Okay, then. That is fun. That's a fun piece, then.
What the hell?
Indeed. I'm kind of halfway thinking that I might be wanting to actually reload and just, for the fun of it, take the road of drinking and then basically reload and do it without drinking as I want to do it. Because I'm kind of really curious about that. Well, somebody was actually knitting here or whatever. What's the time right now? We haven't spent really all that much of the time in the inn in there. Basically like about half an hour or whatnot. So how are we going to proceed? He doesn't want to speak to us anymore, it seems like. So we probably will have to, I don't know, continue some normal quests, and maybe he's gonna be talking to us later. But I'm really right now thinking and so wishing that I could actually try it normally, like with the thinking, because that seems like quite a bit of fun. Damn. How is it looking actually with the saves in here? Mighty and the sword, that was basically the last one. And then we started today. That's where we started today. Yeah, actually, let's do it. Let's see how it actually plays out, because I'm really curious about that, because it seems really fun. And then I'm gonna return to actually my way of playing, how I want to do it. Which is gonna be a rare occurrence, not really planning to load at every opportunity, but it seems really kinda fun. So I want to see where it goes. So it should be exactly, yes, in the evening. Okay, so let's just basically wait for him there. It's actually a nicely painted house in here. So we are at, what's the time? Are almost 7, so we're just gonna be waiting for the dude to come and go into the inn. And in the meantime, since it's still right, I'm gonna go in here and being in here. Right, in the sword we have everything, so let's just basically right now hang around. Try to discover if there's maybe something interesting for us. Let's not step on the graves too much. Can we actually get somehow up there? There's some kind of ladder. Doesn't seem that we could be getting there. Oh, can we? Maybe. Don't think so. And it doesn't seem like that you will be like able to get there somehow. Well, would need some kind of ladder. We don't have that. And father still is inside, or is he already moving? Come on, we need you to move to the inn. But since he's not going yet, let's have a look around. We are having 71, 82. Do we have some kind of food that we need to actually eat? We are having pretzels that are getting kind of stale already. So we might want to actually look at them. Maybe even eat them fully. Yeah, they're just gonna be hard and whatever, dry. So there shouldn't be any kind of food poisoning from that. I just eat all of them. And we'll buy something better a bit later. And apparently we did poison ourselves. Wow, buy pretzels, like what the hell? Seriously? That I did not expect. That we're gonna be getting food poisoning actually from pretzels. From all pretzels, from dry pretzels. Like seriously. Damn it. Yeah, food poisoning doesn't seem to be too bad, so I'm thinking we're gonna be getting out of that. And since we're kinda planning to get wasted at the end with the parish priest. So, already going? Yes, he is. Okay. So we're gonna be starting. plenty of poppies that you could be potentially picking up. Well, so far I don't exactly need that. I don't have any kind of quest for that or any kind of serious need.
Here you are.
Hey,
And good
where's
health.
my owl?
All right, all right.
I'm sorry, I can't tell you everything.
So let's go through this all.
I'm from Scal. They're dead.
Uh,
It was God. I didn't. He did.
now
The rumors annoyed.
I see.
Well, so.
Shannon,
What? What?
well, it has to.
What, sir?
The lament. They know what.
Well, that's a lot of talking that we actually did in there.
Let's drink.
Funny.
Quite a lot of it.
Don't you think it's a... What do you
And
think?
she's the concubine. Here's the concubine, of course.
Where can I find...
You
What
have
do
to
the
ask him
common-
all about this.
Non.
Thanks for this.
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
So let's follow up with that.
That
Where he's
sounds
gonna
like
be
a
leading
good
us.
plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Přišla bída mora hlad, to neustojí žádnej chlap. Na kraj padnul děsnej smutek, kdo měl nohy ráno utek, děti v mouženství maj sad, kdo včera žil, dneska je prach, už sej moji svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejt v jejich kůži, nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požerem si huby jako poslední den. Půjdu se vábí, panorama slávy a tak vypal sudky a posaď se mi sem, tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukažme si jako vozy, zítra jen tu jsou
Man, this is one hell of a piece then. I'm really glad that I actually went for this to load it up.
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long.
By the way, that was a Czech song. It was spoken in
So,
Czech, or rather
I'll
sung
have
in
you
Czech.
all whipped,
Quite a fun
put
one
in
as
the
well.
stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out. Oh.
Oh. You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Don't tell me we're gonna be fighting in here. Apparently we are.
I wonder what Teresa's doing now. I could stop by and see her.
That's an interesting thinking right here. Yeah, just right now remind me, of course, of a quest with these that I should be dating. That makes plenty of sense. That was a good hit, damn it. Considering that I'm drunk as F.
It's a sin to fight so badly. You think because I'm a man of the law, I won't...
Man, he's definitely standing his own, considering that we're actually two fighting against him. Wow, climb the bell tower, really? This is definitely a fun way to go around it. Definitely is. Well, I'm gonna be, of course, loading after this is all done. As I said, I'm not a drinker, so I want to resolve this quest somehow without drinking. Even though it was obvious what we need to do, and that's basically get him drunk. Yeah, well, I just wouldn't be able to do that in real life, and I want to play this as with decisions in real life as close as possible as the game is allowing me, and so far it's allowing me quite a lot of freedom in that option. So I'm liking that quite a bit in the game. Quite a bit of loading right now. Quite a bit of loading indeed. Well, it's gonna be probably something to do with the church, because I don't remember if you could actually climb on the tower before. I'm kinda rather thinking not. So this might be part of the reason why this is actually taking so long, as something new is actually loading completely. Well, this is taking really unusually long for some reason. This is almost looking like that it's somehow stuck for one reason or another. It's really strange. Really strange indeed. So I'll probably have to somehow figure it out. Maybe even scratch it. It's really kind of strange. Not entirely certain what's going on here. But yeah, this definitely seems stuck at this point. This definitely seems stuck. The disc is not being used here, so yeah, this is definitely something that we need to get out of. So unfortunately it's gonna be the first, because some kind of crash or whatever, how to call it. Not entirely certain. Let's just basically get out then. Let's close the game. And restart, of course. So there's gonna be a bit of darkness. And I kinda guess if we actually got out of it all that we could have. From the story from the priest. We still had an option to actually climb onto the tower. So it's a bit unfortunate that we couldn't get that far. And basically see the rest of it all together. Shall we try it again? I kinda guess that we might. And let's see if it's really gonna be yet again getting stuck or not. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be right now, because I want to see it all, because that seems like one of the most fun parts of the game so far. So I'm definitely curious how it's all gonna be wrapping up and whatever. Okay, in the church. He's gonna be coming out and into the inn. Alright. I just follow with him.
Hey!
I'm sorry, I can't tell.
Here, enjoy.
I'm from Scarlet. They're dead.
Oh,
God.
Okay, need to go through all of this yet again. It's a quite long conversation, of course.
Well, so
if
what?
If I tell you
what?
Well, it has. It's,
what, sir?
What? What?
Well.
What? I'm. No.
What do you think of this? Yeah.
If he got.
Where can I find out more?
Almost there.
What do the common?
Almost there.
Nonsense.
Thanks.
What do you?
His revenge is here, and yeah, let's continue. I just want to see if it's gonna be continued for me. If there's gonna be some kind of plan, or other difference, or whatever. Yeah, okay, so right now this is this.
Enough of this!
Yeah, let's go and fight. It's actually nice that you can skip all of this. In some games, it's not necessary that you can actually skip all of this.
Shit yourself?
Wow, he's pummeling me. Ah, because there are two of them.
Oh, weak at their knees, have ya?
Ouch.
Lord Rose.
A right proper brawl in the middle of the village. And we actually leveling up quite significantly here. It's a bit of a shame that I won't be actually able to take that. Ouch! Right now there should be the one with the tower, yes. Oh, we are definitely drunk.
I'd love to. And Henry too, I'm sure. Right, Henry?
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't.
Oh, I missed the door in that quite heavily. Being drunk and all.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
Oh, we're in trouble. You're in so much trouble.
Ah, bloody oath.
Waking up the whole village.
Comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Wow, this is leading deep. Well, I kind of think in the trees I wouldn't approve of this course of action. Man, we're still wasted quite heavily.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Man. God, I'm missing a lot of fun, it seems like, in here by taking the no thinking approach. But I'm kind of glad that I actually took this detour to load this and actually look at how it's gonna be continuing. Because that is definitely quite interesting and quite fun.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten? Where the fuck am I? What the fuck was it? Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
Oh, really?
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless.
Flawless.
Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
So all at once the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
We'll never get away with it.
Not if you make a hash of it.
Well, all right. Well, I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
Or What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubos.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Okay, well that was fun. As I said, I'm not gonna be taking that route. So let's just basically reload into basically the last save. Is that the last one? Yes, it is. But it was definitely fun. Fine side fun here. Nice scenario. Nice scenario and nice script and such by Warhorse. That was really interesting. So as I said,
Jesus, look where you're going.
I'm not a drinker, so I'm of course gonna be basically denying the offer to drink in the inn, and I'm gonna be having to basically figure things out in a different way. Probably just maybe he's gonna be still drunk, and I'm gonna be talking to him in the morning or in the sermon or whatever, a bit later or something like that. Maybe if I help him enough with the witches and some basically learning to read and whatever. Well, that's probably not helping him too much, but with the witches, supposed witches, then we're gonna be having some option to actually somehow persuade him to help us anyway. So is this our... And in the meantime, well... Yeah, the pretzels. Well, I decided to eat them. So I guess I'm gonna be repeating that. So let's get the mild food poisoning in there. That's gonna be fine. That's really kind of confusing a bit me. It's something that... It's a detail, of course. It could have been worked in, but yeah, to be classifying all the foods, like what can go dry. Like for example, if you are having bread and such, it would go basically dry. You wouldn't be able to bite into it all that much, but you shouldn't be really getting any kind of poisoning from it or whatever. So that is something that could be actually worked into the game. Maybe in some kind of mod, maybe it already is a mod to improve on this. So far I don't know about it. But let's try and see what's going to happen then, all around. This is the bailiff. That's the dude we fought for, or rather with, a bit later. Now let's see if he has something interesting to tell us.
Good day to you. Another thing about Lubos.
When I was basically playing this last, I decided that I didn't really want to ask why did he limp. But since I'm kinda getting, or rather hitting an end here, why not?
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Okay. Well, that wasn't exactly helpful, was it?
Jesus!
What's exactly this? Some kind of trader. Oh, that seems like some alchemist or scribe. Okay, so this is the scribe actually. This is not any kind of alchemy or whatever. This is ink. This is supposed to be ink apparently. Alright. And I should be actually visiting him. Is this like you? No, that's a villager.
Hey!
Yeah. And he could be teaching us as well.
I'd like to learn to read.
Because we need to learn to read the basic message
You don't look like the main
on the
things
murder
I've
scene.
thought.
Even though we can read it like I
Why
can.
not? I've taught all sorts.
But for Henry, the character, he doesn't know how to read, so we need to teach
A
him.
few groschen for my trouble.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. I don't want to waste time. We can get started. The sooner I master it, the better.
Very well. I will require some groschen from you, though, and set aside at least a couple of days so I can put you through your paces, if indeed time is of the essence.
50 groschens. Yeah, well, we have enough. I definitely hope that right about now.
Here are your groschen.
it's not gonna be
may as well
basically
start.
blocking us with the father.
He did break his vow.
Ah, well, that's kind of unfortunate.
May he follow his heart. Wake up, lad. It's time we were getting on. So, let's see you read a bit. There's a book here on the table. Try to read it.
Will I manage?
His main activity was to keep records of the territorial court and the meetings of the city council. He was one of the few in medieval society who knew how to read and write, making his services welcome in almost every city. Okay, so did we actually like skip anything? Doesn't seem so. Actually seems that we stuck at the same time, which is slightly weird, but I kinda guess why not? Right, can we still meet him? Yes, we still meet him in the evening. So let's continue with the book. Being able to read was a very rare skill in the Middle Ages, and a common blacksmith's son certainly wouldn't have been literate. You can open a book and try to make sense out of the glyphs, but in the end you will have to find someone who can teach you at least the basics of reading. Who knows, perhaps reading will turn into whatever. Didn't exactly manage to read that, unfortunately. Oh, okay. He is actually having quite a bit of problem in there with reading, and basically being some dyslexic or whatever. One day a countryman going to the nest of his goose found there an egg, and yellow, or rather an egg all yellow and glittering. When he took it up, it was as heavy as lead, and he was going to throw it away because he thought a trick had been played upon him. But he took it home on second thoughts and soon found to his delight that it was an egg of pure gold. Every morning the same thing occurred, and he soon became rich by selling his eggs. Gags. As he grew rich, he grew greedy, and thinking to get at once all the gold the goose could give, he killed it and opened it only to find nothing. Yeah, well, he was definitely stupid, wasn't he? She's already sleeping there, really? Interesting.
I've read the book.
Wonderful. So tell me, what have you learned?
Not to get a goose that is pooping golden eggs. Well, just like that pooping, but well, for birds actually, she kinda does. Because they're having, I don't know how it's called in English, maybe the same as in Kanache, cloaca, or not entirely certain how it's called in English, but yeah, they do it from the same hole, let's say. So yeah, that being greedy doesn't pay.
That being greedy doesn't pay.
Excellent. You're one of my most talented pupils. You've uncovered the meaning hidden in the letters. Like I told you, books are valuable, and the words that you place in them ought to be no less so.
Does that mean that I can read then?
Yes, you have the foundation. Remember, my boy, the pen is mightier than the sword. To fully learn your way around words will take
Latin.
a lot more reading yet. Now we'll move on to the second lesson, which will be much harder. Many books are written in Latin, the language of erudite and religious men. If you really want to be able to read, there's no getting away from Latin.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a book on the
definitely true
table
in
with some
medieval
text.
ages.
Read it and then come back. You need not understand it, but you should master the letters.
I only just managed the fable about the goose, and now you're asking me to tackle Latin.
You're a clever lad. You'll manage.
How's it looking with the time? We are still quite fine to continue and waiting for Waiting for the dude, of course. Okay, let's read this one then. It's gonna be Latin. Okay, now that's a bit different story. Nulsu est libre tam malus. Well, I have absolutely no idea what it says. Est is probably a Latin word. Libre also. Tam malsu do non aquila parte pros. Don't know what that word is supposed to be. Librimuti magistri probably magistri. Don't know. Nust maybe. Optimus orator est. That seems correct. Qui voxi verips plurima dicit. That seems to be. Maybe we're gonna figure it out based on the options that he's gonna be giving us. Okay, so
I read the page.
So tell me, Distrupule, what's written there?
How the hell should I know? Ah, this one I should be remembering it. Okay. Dalis liver malus ut no a liquor party prof. Yeah, that's nice. That definitely wasn't what was there. Nurus est libertam malus ut non aliquo parte prosit. That seems Latin. That seems good Latin in there. Nutus et libertin malus ut nonne aliqua part dropit. This seems well. This seems the best Latin in there.
Nullus est liber tam malus ut non alique parte prosit.
Good heavens! Don't tell me you haven't had lessons before. Excellent. Well,
Apparently,
there's
correct.
nothing more I can teach you. Congratulations. You can go and be ordained right away.
Thank you, Domine.
Ah.
I'm feeling a lot wiser.
Okay, so we are having a perk in reading and whatever. Mightier than the sword seems to be basically done. We know how to read, so that means that we can go into... We can basically go into the murder scene and right now read what's actually written in there. And even though we know what it is, Henry also needs to know what it is. So right now let's head into the inn. Speak to the priest then. Doors closed.
The leaves are all gone yellow and eaten through.
Maybe already I'm thinking there. Because it's already kinda getting late.
These onions will make you weep like a baby, but oh!
He already has the wenge here, so I'll just sit in front of him and do what we did before. Which is gonna be, of course, clicking through it also that we are exactly...
But maybe we can work. But first, I like to.
I'm from Scallis.
Oh.
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry. It must have been.
It was. God knows. I didn't make. They almost.
My. And how did?
He did.
Ah. Now the most.
The rumours, the Neuhop, sure they would.
I see it. Well then.
I've told you all about. Well, we've had an. So.
Henry, if people.
I understand, but
Chin up, lad.
What?
If I tell you what Luke.
Word of honor?
On my.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where is he?
Okay, he's of course gonna be helping us in the morning, it seems. Like in the sermon, so he's probably gonna say something that will probably scare somebody who's gonna be either chickeny or trying to run away. Something like that I'm thinking is gonna be following up. So we need to attend the mass
So what do you preach to
tomorrow.
your flock about?
That is definitely true.
Well,
We need to be
I
careful
hear you.
about that.
I'm thinking.
What sermon?
The preaching, the lament, just like a. They don't know. You want what if with such wild? Look, oh man.
Well,
Oh,
I don't doubt.
let's drink.
Funny.
What do you mean? I'm one.
What do the
They like it in a few years.
Yeah, unless they...
Nonsense.
Okay, so you're almost
Don't
there.
you think...
No,
Yeah, let's just click through
What do you
these. We
think
have
it-
Arms Game
certainly,
Bills
if
as
he got
well.
out.
Where can I...
You like?
One beer for me.
Thanks for the sermon.
What do you suppose?
And
Well,
yeah,
enjoy
well,
it,
let's not
Father.
drink that.
I have to
So that's
go
what I
now.
would do. I wouldn't even drink in the first place, to be honest.
I thought you'd be
But
more
maybe
game.
some kind of
So you won't
I
help me
could
out with that
manage
secret?
some
No,
courtesy and
I
whatever
won't.
drinks.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's fine. We are apparently not even drunk anymore. We have a new university. We have already read that, so let's just basically get up. You should be fine on energy reasonably, yeah. Well, we kinda need to sleep soon. We are not poisoned anymore, of course, because those pretzels that just weren't really all that bad. Joseph, Alehouse. Well, that's the girl we had a lot of fun with when we were actually drinking. So I need to find a place to sleep.
Is there somewhere I could sleep here?
I suppose I could find something. For how long?
For today, I guess.
Just the one night?
Sure, but groschen first. These are harsh times.
2 groschens. Let's haggle a bit. Maybe we can bring it down by about 0.2, I'm thinking. Something like this.
What do you say to this?
That's not enough.
Really? Okay.
You've
At
got
least
it all to
0.1.
yourself. No one will disturb you.
And where is it?
Where do I go to sleep?
You'll have no trouble finding it. Right inside
Nice,
the door to
speech
the building,
improved.
there's a ladder up to the loft. Your bed's ready there, and a trunk for your belongings.
Right inside door to the building, okay. There's a way up. So I guess like here? No, no, no. Or maybe yes. Getting a lot of sun here, so I need to exactly improve my visibility here on my monitor. I'll take a sec, sorry. But yeah, right now we are in the loft, which doesn't seem exactly like the place to sleep, or is it that? Yeah, it actually seems to be it. Let's see, because if this is the common one, then yeah, this is where we sleep. And yes, it is. These are our thingies. We even see the church in there, right? For a moment I saw it there. But anyway. And what's the time then? We are at about 9. And when's the sermon? That's gonna be... Usually they are at noon or whatever. So I'm kinda wondering if maybe I could be doing something a bit more right now. It's still kinda a bit of light. So maybe there will be something to do. These are Gertrude the herb woman and find out what she incited the Úžice women to do. 3 village wenches in Úžice want to use magic ointment, risking their lives and immortal souls. The priest spoke to Gertrude, or rather Gertrude of the herb woman, having brought a few Úžice women to witchcraft. But she's somewhere in the forest, I'm thinking. That's gonna be kind of far away. But we could maybe find the roan from Úžice. In Úžice. Find a roan from the stables in Úžice. Okay, let's find the stables here then first. We still do have a bit of time. Not that long though. Screw that. Let's go to sleep. And we're gonna sort it tomorrow. Let's sleep to 6.